Hi everybody, this is DearMamaSal, and the word of today is compare. Well, hi everybody, good to see you again. And I am out because my house is having a second showing today. Some people that came to see it on Monday want to see it again. And I decided to talk about compare because I was thinking about how does my house compare to other houses in the area? Well, it's really quite funny because, quite honestly, all the houses in my area are extremely expensive. And when I say extremely expensive, okay, people, not quite sure what the problem is here, but there is an issue right ahead of me, and I don't know why. They are replacing, the cat's eyes on the road. That's what's going on. It's a very slow process, apparently. Anyway, so what I've decided to do is to realize that, my house compares very favorably with anything else in my area. And when I'm talking, like 4 or 5 blocks. And the reason it compares very favorably is because there is nothing the size of mine in my area for less than $1 million, except mine. And that is because mine is a half duplex and not a standalone house. And so, it makes it a very doable property. Now, the other thing I'd like to tell you, which is good news, I believe, is that the government has recently lowered some baseline that they had that has been making it so difficult for anybody to buy anything at the moment. And I believe that a couple of the banks have dropped that criteria a little bit to loosen up the market a bit because houses just aren't selling. And I don't know if it makes any sense, but if you're not lending money for mortgages, you're not making money either, banks. So it behooves them, my favorite word, it behooves them to actually allow the market to loosen up a bit. So we will keep our fingers crossed that everything goes well today. And what we have, funny enough, the first person to come and see the house was a husband. And now today the wife is coming. Now I've got news for you. Overall my house is pretty female friendly. What I was pleased to know was that my house was also pretty husband friendly when he walked into and saw my garage or my workshop area. And he said, oh yeah. And then a shed on top of that, right? So, there's some really good points about the house that I'm happy with. So we will just wait and see what happens next. And my feeling, one step at a time. And I will not believe that I have a sale until the subjects are removed if I get an offer. So first we get the offer. That's what we're waiting for now. First we do the showing. If the wife likes the showing, then we will get an offer tonight probably. Which is very stressful, people. If you've never done it, it's literally reams and reams of paper that you electronically sign and you pray you haven't missed anything that's important. And it's all done very, very quickly. And then they get to counter, they get to give you an offer, me, and then I get to say, nice try, but no. And I would like to come back with this price, and then they counter again, and so it goes on until, you get to a middle point where everybody agrees that's a good price. So, comparisons, they say, are odious. Now, there's another lovely word, odious. O-D-I-O-U-S, odious, yuck. Comparisons are odious. In other words, there is nothing quite like my home on the market. and it is unique, and it's twice as unique because I live there. And now it's starting to spit with rain, and I've left my cushions out. The question is, shall I go back and take my cushions in or leave them out? I'm going to leave them out. Do your best, God. Look after my cushions. I'm working on the principle that it's water. Unfortunately, I just washed one set, but obviously God thinks it's time to wash them again already. I am not going to get fazed by that. Remember what we say about getting emotionally involved in these things? I'm not going to get myself emotionally tied up to the fact that it's spitting rain. I didn't put my book out. That's a good thing. I normally put a book out, but I didn't today. You know, I have certain things that I put on different places, and one of the things I put out, a mug and a book, you know, as though I just put a book down. I was sitting there reading and I just put a book down. Well, I didn't put that book out today, and guess why? I must have known. By the way, in terms of compare, I really do ask you not to compare yourself with others. You see, you are unique, and you've got your unique problems and your unique challenges and your unique way of living your life. And therefore, you know, although we work very hard to try and give you tips on how to live a happier life, please be very aware that this is your life. You, as long as you're an adult, you get to choose how you live it. I know you think that everybody has control of you, but they don't. You actually choose how you live it. You choose, you know, how much money you spend on this, that, or the other. You choose how financially secure or insecure you are. And so comparing yourself to others can only disappoint you, I would think, in a lot of cases. Now, I've been doing fasting for the last few weeks, and today I'm actually going to break my fast, literally breakfast, early, because I really do feel that I need some food in me today. And that may be because I've been up since 5 o'clock watching the Mueller report. And so, you know, whenever I get to edit this, just know that that was the day. And so what I wanted, just to make sure that you understand, is that I could compare myself with lots of other people who do fasting and, you know, have done way better than I have. But that will just discourage me, quite honestly. Because, you know, I'm just dealing with my fasting and my body. And for some reason, my stomach just refuses to let go of the inches. It's going to do it because I'm going to continue to do the right thing so that it does do it. But it really is quite weird. I would say compare yourself with how you were a year ago. Are you happier? And if so, give yourself a big pat on the back. And compare yourself with how emotionally in control you feel. As you all know, we're spending this year dealing with emotional intelligence. And so part of this is, you know, be gentle with yourself. As I am, as I watch the tiny raindrops. And remember, please, it's great to look after one another, and I love it that you all do. But please remember to start by looking after yourself. You are the most important person in your life. If you don't look after yourself, who else is going to look after you? All right? If you don't care about yourself, who else is going to care? It's a Dear Mama Sal saying, be happy. And I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.